Exclamation, everybody, and welcome to Spinnortality. It's billed as a sci-fi, well, I should say cyberpunk management sim, where you are taking control of a futuristic corporation with delusions of ruling the world through various nefarious means. And also at the end, you have to try to achieve immortality. Hence the Nortality part of the title here. It's by James Patton, and it's currently out on Kickstarter. There's about, as I record this, there's 7 days left. They're close. They're within 2,000 US dollars of their goal. They're actually doing it in euros, so they're pretty close. They're pretty darn close. And this is the free demo that they have linked on their Kickstarter page. You can also get it on their itch.io. It links to their itch.io page, which is where you can download it from. I'll have all the links both to the Kickstarter and to the demo and all that stuff down in the description like I normally do. But without further ado, let us jump into the game. Hopefully the tutorials won't be on, but we'll see here. So we'll call our mega corporation let's try prefrontal cortex. There we go. That sounds sufficiently cyberpunky. And obviously cyan is the color of cyberpunk, my friends. So, and we're gonna be we could be almost Twitter. We can be Dove if we want to be. But let's be Diamond, huh? Let's be Diamond. Alright. Memory leak. And we'll go with the crazy hair guy. That sounds good. Alright, so the tutorial kicks off again, but I'm going to try to skip it. Since I kind of get the gist of things. Kinda. I haven't gone very far. So it is turn-based. As you can imagine, you've got the whole world here, and it's you can manage your corporation and stuff. Every turn is a quarter, and obviously there's 4 quarters in a year, so 4 turns is 1 year. If we go up and look at our company stats, you can see what our public opinion is, how much corruption and inefficiency there are in our organization, and you can kick off, if you have the money, you can kick off what do they call them, tasks to, not tasks, but you know what I mean, to get those down. And your age, it starts you out at whatever age it deems necessary. Right now I'm starting out at age 33, and I'm estimated to die somewhere between 80 and 100. If you die before you achieve immortality, which you need $1 billion, it looks like, to do that. It's 1,000 million, so I'm assuming that's a billion. And you have to do the research necessary to get it. If you manage to transfer your consciousness before you die, then you will achieve immortality and you will win. If you die before you do that, you will lose. There's also other endgame winning conditions as well. Here's our different connections that we gain each turn. There's hacking connections and societal connections and military connections. And then there's other things that we can do to upgrade get better people for our corporation. The other thing is up here in research, this is where the main meat of the game is really. This is your research tree. You start at the top and with no legal restrictions, and then there's all these restrictions as you'll get later on. So you got to be, careful about how you do things. But yeah, you got like gene splicing, artificial intelligence, business efficiency, social social online and social offline. So basically social media, and then meta friendship, which is kind of like offline friend. It's like a Friendster kind of thing, almost like a Facebook kind of thing. And so you can kind of pump some resources into these and try to move down that way if you want to. And you can see how the tree kind of branches off a little bit here and there, and you can pick multiple things to work on. But as you work on things, it takes time. It takes a number of turns to do it, and every turn you're paying wages and stuff like that for your employees and stuff. So, you want to try to go for what you can. All of these also dig into sort of the metagame, which is these all give you inroads into being able to influence the populace, which is what you eventually want to do in order to kind of wiggle your way into governments and all those things. I'm going to start off with the social media stuff like the tutorial has you do. And you've got two different types of work. Well, there's a couple different types of workers you can get, but you start out with interns, that's the ones with the sweats on the brow, and regular workers. So if I right click on here, it'll assign the maximum amount to it, to this task. So you can see it'll do it in 2 turns now. Get 10 people on it. I've got 5 employees and 5 interns. Now, the way the game works is that interns are cheaper, obviously, just like real life, but they don't stay with your company very long. They're kind of in and out pretty quickly. So you want employees to be working on things, because not only do they stay with your company longer, but they are a little bit better at their job. No knock on interns, but that is the case. They're a little bit more experienced, and they do have a little bit more power of getting things completed, that kind of thing. And then it also tells you, when you select this, like what's the estimated income that you're going to get for your company, and what other effects you have, like plus 5% media power when we're launched. So wherever you launch this in the world, you'll get like an extra 5%, control, as it were, quote unquote, over the media and stuff. So we'll have that kick off. Then you've got your workforce. Again, you've got interns and employees. So you can see what the research, wages, recruit time, and everything is. It takes longer to recruit employees than it does interns. Interns you can recruit in 1 turn, but you can see the difference here. Like they only do 0.9 research, 0.9 creative, 0.5 wages. These guys are 1, 1, and 1, and you can see how that kind of works along the way. I'm going to try to... I'll try to hire as many interns as I can. You can do up to 5, and I'll get as many employees as I can, and that'll be 2 turns for them. So we'll do that. Let's get a workforce going. Finances, you can see what our projected finances are going to be. So I think these are quarterly projected, so we're going to lose 9 mil, which makes sense because we don't have anything yet to sell. You can also do your borrowing and repaying of debts and things down here. What else? Goals. So there's different sets of goals that you can work to achieve. They're short-term goals, and these are assigned to you by your board of directors, and you'll get a little note message pop up when they have a goal for you. These are, if you manage to accomplish these in a short amount of turns, usually like 10 turns or something like that, then you get a bonus, whatever bonus it is that it's listed for the task assigned. Then you've got your medium-term agendas, and these are to further your goals towards your long-term victory. So you can see there's different victories here. There's Imperial victory, rule with an iron fist, surveillance, propaganda, and brutality, make efficiencies through technologies. That means you have to have 12 agenda points, and you have to implement the Black Ops Division agenda. So you can see the agendas here. You need Black Ops Division, Global Police Force, Observation Net, Military Strike Force, Media Firewall. All nations on the globe have to be a one-party state as well. So you got to manipulate the nation's governments as you're going in there. Consumerism. Again, you have to have media company, NGO, non-governmental organization, total retail site, university program, and affect feedback. All nations on the globe have to be democracies. New World Victory. You have to implement tax haven, global police force, total retail site, international bank, independent legal system, and corporation infrastructure. All nations on the globe should be ruled by corporations. And Humane Victory. University program, social networking classes, rights and protections, universal income, democratic reform, anti-monopoly laws, electoral task force. All nations on the globe have to be a democracy, and all nations on the globe have their taxation laws at the maximum. So not only do they have to be democracies, but they need to be taxing the bejesus out of their civilians. And you can see all the different things here. These should all match up with what we were just talking about, observation nets and affect feedback and all that stuff. And then this is how much influence you need, I think, for it. Pay the monetary and connection costs. Now, yeah, this is so. And how many agenda points you got? You have to have at least 12 agenda points, so you spread them out over your thing. And then here's how many connections it costs you and all that stuff. And then I don't know. Oh, and then the monetary cost of like 150 million and all that stuff. So you can see kind of how that works. It's rather interesting. And then we've got launch overview. So this is they didn't really talk about this, but I think this is just the telling you what you have out there in the world right now. So I think that tells you where you've launched your particular things at in the world. And then we have two things that are locked to us because we don't have the agendas yet for those, the NGO and the Black Ops thing. And here's all our connections up here. You can see military, class connections, cyber connections, and agenda points. So there's that. And down here is our stuff. So pretty much covered all the bases, I think. Let's end our turn. There we go. So now we're in quarter 2 of 2060. And you can see we got a bunch of things just happened. So new hires, left click to open. This is a courtesy note to remind you that new employees have arrived. So you can right click to remove things. Geopolitics report. We thought you might be interested in the following geopolitical update. North Africa has become a one-party state. North America has formed an incorporated nation and a limited. The Middle East has formed a democratic government. Russia has formed a democratic government. Asia's Democrats. South Africa is a one-party state. South America is a one-party state. Europe is a democracy, and Oceania is a democracy. Success Party has won the election in Oceania, retaining their position of power. Something to note, too, is that they've simplified the map here. So a lot of these countries are just joined into sort of mega countries. So it's not, UK, it's Europe. It's, it's not UK, Spain, and Portugal and all that stuff. It's just Europe here. And then you got Asia, or I don't know if that's considered Oceania or, no, it's considered Russia. Okay, where's the, I think Oceania is, well, this is North America, right? Which is all one conglomeration now. And then South America, and then maybe it's down here? No, what is this? That's South Africa, North Africa. Oh, Oceania is what was Australia and New Zealand. And it looks like a little bit of... Yeah, okay. Interesting. So yeah, you can kind of see how they sort of combine everything just to make it a little bit easier to manage. So we've got new recruits and stuff like that. But before we do that, let's see what the new task is. That's why it's in red. This is from the board. It has come to the board's attention the following tasks of the utmost importance and should be undertaken as soon as possible. Break even. We are losing money. Ensure we gain more income than we have expenses. Okay. So that means if I come up under the tasks here, where was that at? Goals. Here it is. Short term. Break even. Within 12 turns, we need to at least break even on our money. And then we'll get a reward of 5 mil. And then there's also these events that happen that have a little question mark on them. You have to actually do these. You have to answer these. They all have a question. Some of them have multiple choices. Some of them only have one. But you have to actually answer it some way or another before it'll let you go to the next turn. So you kind of have to handle these. So we received a job application from a skilled and appropriate candidate. We think they would be a good fit for our company vision, and they're willing to start immediately. And then start work tomorrow. Gain 1 employee. We're not looking to grow. We get no effect. Get an employee out of it. Let's get an employee out of it, because we're still waiting for more to get hired. So there we go. So now if I go under our research thing here, you can see we have 1 more turn on this. So putting more people onto that would be kind of pointless at this point. So I'm going to try and go with artificial intelligence. Let's see if I can make a Skynet thing, huh? Can be monetized. No. Oh, that's not really good then, is it? Unlock simple AI. Can be hired like regular workers. Get 1 free AI worker upon completion. So none of these can be monetized, huh? So this is just to get AI workers if I wanted it. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do that until right now because I need money on things. This one can be monetized. Efficiency bonuses. That'd be good. And then gene splicing, gene stems to minus 5% to inefficiency growth. Oh, okay. So this one gives you 5% efficiency. This one takes 5% away from any inefficiency that exists. Okay. Stimulants that rewrite customers' DNA to require less sleep. Okay. So let's do that and do that. So that's at 3 turns. That's not bad. Not bad at all. All right. And then as far as the workforce is concerned, let's hire 5 more interns just for the sake of argument. I know I'm bleeding money here, but let's see if I can make this work for me. So our finances, and still towards our goals. Research. All right, let's get 1 more. Let's burn a turn. All right. This tutorial will teach you about the tagging interface. It's a useful way to keep track of spin angles. It can be difficult to remember which spin angles. I don't know what this is. Can go with which cultural values. To help with this, you can use the tagging system. Go to research window, click on a research project, and mouse over a spin angle. Oh, is this just telling me about spin angles? Right click to bring up the tagging interface. You can now tag the spin angle by left clicking on any of the cultural tags. Values can be tagged strongly or weakly. This might be helpful if, for example, you suspect which cultural values work well with this angle but aren't sure. Oh, see? Or I can focus test. I was wondering how I could click on this. Or I can focus test. Spend 1 class connection for that. Okay. So that's good. That's kind of teaching. That's the next thing I was going to get into was spin angles. So now that we've devised a social media thing, we need to actually sell it to the masses. And in order to sell it, you have these different spin angles. You have to put a spin on it, a marketing spin, to get it to kind of pick up popularity, as it were. Now, when we start out, the only thing we have right now, none of the other ones are researched yet. We have never been easier. So friendships are time consuming in the busy 21st century. It can be hard to make time for them. Let us make it easier. And then there's different things that this affects. So you want to pair up your spin angle with where you're trying to sell the product. So since all we have has never been easier, I need to find somewhere where there are not a whole lot of free time and There's a lot of not a lot of individualism, right? Because you want friendships and stuff. So it's kind of like you got to find a way to do it. And this is like an online thing, so you probably want like a multicultural thing, not a xenophobic thing, that kind of thing. So you have to kind of figure out how this fits into the world. So how we do that is we come here and we just start looking at the world as this. So North America, you can see they are leaning towards collectivism. Groups, friendships, and human connection are important. Obviously leaning towards freedom. Life is meaningless without liberties and freedoms. We must assert freedom. Spirituality is down very... it's actually very high. Wow. There are deeply meaningful things in this world beyond the material. These meaningful things are often found in nature, in ancient practices, blah, blah, blah. Instead of material wealth, which is capital's king, making money is worthwhile. Goal. Publicity. Life should be shared online. So again, they would lean towards something that's online, with networking and all that stuff. They prefer quality over convenience, which is, again, doesn't sound like North America to me. And tradition over novelty. The world was better in the past. Today's world is confusing and would benefit from slowing down. That sounds way too close to home. And then towards multiculturalism, which is interesting. We are stronger and happier together. People who are different should come together, blah, blah, blah. And then prosperity and chaos, as you can see. So the more prosperous a nation, the more income you will gain by selling products here. A nation falls into complete chaos. The government will collapse and you will be unable to sell anything here. So then you got your social media here. This is the different things that you have that you can deal with. So since all we have has never been easier, the question is this a good fit here? So obviously North America does value collectivism, which is groups and friendships. They value the, publicity. So that's networking and stuff. They value quality, which is not really helping me. And they value tradition, which also doesn't really help me. Multiculturalism should help, though, I would imagine, with this. Although, never been easier is not necessarily saying anything about multiculturalism. I could also focus test this to find out what tags actually fit with it, but I have a feeling that this will fit pretty well. I don't know what these buttons do. Oh, that's my influence with the media. Okay. And then my influence with the laws. With the laws. Okay. This nation is a corporation. Tax rate is 45%. Revenue before tax. Blah, blah, blah. After tax. Okay. Well, we're going to try launching this in North America. It's going to cost me $4 million to do it, but we estimate about $13.5 million in return. So we'll see if that's actually correct or not. So it takes one turn to actually launch things. Let's look over at, not North Africa, but let's look at Europe. I would imagine they were pretty close too, right? They're leaning towards individualism. That's interesting. And they are a democracy. They're leaning towards security instead of freedom. And material wealth and publicity. So they would be kind of okay with this, although they are very close to chaos, which is very strange too. So I won't get as much money out of them as I would anywhere else. So maybe we won't do Europe right now. How about Russia? What are they doing? Russia is apparently multiculturalism. Wow. And they're in prosperity. There you go. Completely opposite. Novelty. Technology marches on. We can't stop it, and why would you want to? Okay, so they're good at consuming new products. They want quality over convenience. They want privacy more than publicity, so that's kind of a negative for us. But they are in collectivism and all that stuff, so maybe we will try our hand here with this spin angle and see what happens. Now, how do you get more spin angles? Well, you click that back on this guy and you assign people back to it. So even though I assign people to it to actually do the initial research and prototype and all that stuff, I can assign people back to it again to help out with trying to get additional spin angles unlocked and researched. So I'm going to do that with a bunch of interns. And I'm going to move my other peeps over to business tracking, I think. So that'll take 2 turns. That's good. And that can be monetized as well. All right. Yeah, I think that works out well. How are we doing finance-wise? We are going to be another 20 mil, 20 mil in the hole. So I probably shouldn't hire anybody yet until I see how this is going. What do we have here? It's a courtesy note to remind you that new employees have arrived and social media project has been completed. What do we have here? Eureka! You never know when inspiration will strike. I was in the hollow bath when I had an idea about how to market one of our products. I guess I should give it to you since all my ideas count as my employer's intellectual property by law. Excellent. Forward me your idea. Gain 1 new spin angle for random research project. Okay. So then that means that this guy already has an additional spin angle, huh? Stay up to date. Tech is always changing. New tech, new services, new products. Welcome to the cutting edge of social media. Ooh, actually, that would be a good spin angle for Russia here. I wonder if I can change my... Let me change my spin angle. Stay up to date. Because they are really in that boat, I think. Where was the one? Novelty, right? They're kind of in that boat. They're in between. Let's see how it works when we do that. They have 7 more turns until they have an election. All right. So yeah, let's see how this works. If it works. We're now in Q4 of 2060. Oh, that's good. I can actually just right-click on them to see that. I didn't realize you could do a right-click on there. That makes it a little bit easier to see how everybody's doing without seeing that whole big thing showing up. Social media creative team thought of a new spin angle. Never alone. We're never alone. We're our friends, our family, our lovers. Let's help bring you together. Okay. Products launched this month. North America. Both were disastrous. Great. And one intern team has handed in a resignation, complaining that they had eaten nothing but cat food for 2 weeks straight. Prefrontal cortex gains inefficiency. Got it. So, liquidity problems. The accountancy department reports that with our current rate of income, prefrontal cortex will be bankrupt in the near future. To avert this crisis, we suggest taking immediate actions such as the following: launching any products that could generate income, firing workers to reduce expenses, lowering corruption to reduce illicit outgoings, selling shares in corporations or media companies, or taking out a loan. We're probably going to have to take out a loan because I'm pretty bad at this stuff. So, let's see. Yeah, we're going to be another 19 mil down in the toilets. We'll hold on to that for a minute then. So this really did not launch. Like it was just not even not even close, apparently. Never alone, friends and family, lovers help bring you together. So they do like collectivism, right? So maybe we can try and spin it with never alone. Maybe and see if they buy it second time around. I don't know if it'll work the second time around, but we'll see. I can't believe that the Russia one was a disaster. Maybe I should do the Russia one with the never been easier. All right, or even I could even do the never alone with that one too, I guess. Because they are. Wasn't there one that was like vital publicity, convenience? Oh, they don't actually. They would rather have quality. Oh, that's probably what had happened. Was they want quality over convenience? Convenience is like you want things done really quickly, right? And you do 2 things at once. Yeah, so that's probably why. Probably the negative because they want quality. So maybe we'll do never alone for them as well. and see if that works. If it doesn't, we're in deep doo-doo. So that said, do I really need to research any more on that? Probably not. Let's switch them over to meta friendship, huh? And we'll just get this knocking out a little bit. That's going to be 3 turns still, but that's okay. We got these other ones coming off a turn right now, or next turn, I should say. So, yeah, all those are things. I guess we'll go one more turn, and then I'll have to start belt tightening. We have 10 turns left on that. All right. Oh, whoops! I forgot to do the major gala event here. A major gala event will be held tonight. We have received an invitation for a company representative. This will be a good opportunity to network and build contacts. Who should we send? One of our security people will gain 1 to 3 military connections. An official company rep gain 1 to 3 class connections. One of our technical specialists gain 1 to 3 cyber connections. Official company rep. Send them. We will send them. Okay. Now what is this? Social media has a new challenger. Oh, okay. So they wrote about me in the news. Prefrontal Cortex launches new social media platform in North America. Promises total social experience. Okay, how about this one? Gene Stims' research is complete. Both of those were very successful now. I went from disastrous to very successful both in North America and Russia, so that's good. 2 intern teams have handed in a resignation, complaining that they had eaten nothing but cat food, blah, blah, blah. Stop belly aching, all those things. 1 project has been delayed, business tracking. This is due to a level of inefficiency here at Prefrontal Cortex. Okay, so our inefficiency level has reached an impasse here. Things are getting delayed. Like this was supposed to be done this turn, but it got delayed. These guys are... So the new way to be. Nobody keeps their birth genome anymore. That's so 2040. I don't have anything that would take that spin angle as far as I can tell. But let's do... Do I have any interns to work on that? Let's have some interns work on that. And rock that one a little bit. And then over here... Men of Friendship. Let's get... I only have 1 employee that's... available for that? That's interesting. Okay. Guess I got all the other ones over here, huh? Okay. This is 1 more turn there for that. Let's look at our... So our efficiency restructure. Well, we only have 9% inefficiency. So that was a hell of a dice roll that I got that gave me an inefficiency negative. But yeah, whatever. Well, I think we're good there. What is our finances doing? We are going to really be not in a good... Oh wait, we're only going to lose 0.19 mil? Huh. That actually... So wages 17... Wait, am I reading this right? Wages 17. So total is 19. Sales, it will be 19. Wages will be 17. 0.76 for corruption, fixed costs. So it comes out to 19.26 on expenses, 19.07 on income. So yeah, we're only going to lose 0.19. Oh, that's not bad. All right. Crisis averted. Let's see what this is. Our scientists have identified a new line of research. Pursuing it would yield research gains, but would put a strain on the company. Gain 5 to 15 research points assigned to a random project. Gain 5% inefficiency, or no effect. Our inefficiency is kind of high right now, but well, is it really high? Screw it. Take the plunge. Hell with it. The hell with it, I say. How's our goals? So we're almost breaking even, so we might have this goal taken care of very soon. I want to... So we got gene splicing right now. I think I want to wait a turn. Well, let's see. What do we have as far as, it's like the new way to be, right? Let's see. So that would be people who want to keep up with the latest trends, right? So what do we got? Which one is that? I keep forgetting. Is it novelty? So if I can find someone who wants super novelty things, then we might be able to do that. So let's see. Let's take a look around the world here. You're not novel. You are novel. Okay, but you're also pretty close to chaos too, so I'm not going to make a whole lot off of you. How about you? No? You down here? No. You're not either. Russia's not. Oh, it's just that one area, huh? It's just North Africa. South America? No. Can't do Antarctica. I say. All right. So that's like literally the only place then that this might actually go over. They are so close to chaos, but let's see how this works. 4.8 million on 16.2 million estimated, possibly. All right. Well, we'll try it. We will try it and see how this works out, if it works out. All right. Due to unexpected progress in our research, the following projects have received a research boost. AI version 1.0. Ooh, nice. Very nice. So that was one I wasn't even researching, was it? Cool, I just noticed that. Okay. So, awesome. I wasn't even researching it, but now I got one turn closer to AI 1.0. We get to hire ourselves in a worker bot. Okay, let's end the turn. This tutorial will teach you how to keep your company functional, stop it from becoming stagnant. Open the company window. Corruption and efficiency. Oh, okay, I know this tutorial already, so we'll get rid of that. So yeah, we can spend 0.32 million and 3 cyber connections to lower our inefficiency by 10%. What do we have? 5 cyber connections. 3 class connections will get our corruption down by 10%, but that's not really that high right now. The inefficiency is what's going to probably drag us down. How do we do as far as our tasks here? The board happily recognizes the success of your mission. Break even. Please report you have received the following reward: $5 million. Cool. We thought you might be interested in the following geopolitical update. The Ultimate Party has won the election in the Middle East, ousting their opponents from office. Business tracking has been completed. Gene Stims was a total success in North Africa. Wow, okay. 2 intern teams have handed in their resignation. Damn, these interns. They're not loyal to anything, are they? Gene Stim craze sweeps North Africa. 43% of people surveyed now stay up all night partying or working. Sleep is for the weak. Oh, that's great. I love it. All right, we're doing things here. You can see how deep this simulation goes. This is going to be one of those games that's like you're playing like 500 turns, assuming you can survive long enough. I mean, it'd be what, 4 turns a year, and your guy dies between 80 and 100. So he's 34 right now. So you can figure out how many turns you got to go through to get all this. But you can see how there's a lot of depth to it, which I really like, and it's relatively easy to figure out what's going on. Difficult to keep everything straight though. So our income's going to be 30. So we're actually going to make 11 mil this time around. That's rather good. Try to keep us from having to borrow things. Black Ops Division. Unlock agenda. This will pay the monetary and connection costs now. So I want a Black Ops Division. Espionage. I mean, I could if I wanted, but I don't know if I want to do that right now. I mean, I need to start unlocking some agendas, but I'm not sure how I want to do it. Corporonation infrastructure. Wow, I just noticed that. Corporonation. Laid a groundwork for a new kind of state run like a nation but owned and operated like a publicly traded company. This would be the future of human governance. No politicians or citizens, only stakeholders. As you found corporations in anarchic nations. I think they mean anarchic. Nations that are in anarchy. I don't know if that's how you spell anarchic, though. That's. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that is. It's just weird to my brain for some reason. All right, and then there's upkeep costs and stuff too. Although these have 0 for these, the other ones have 10 million and stuff per term. Okay, interesting stuff. Now, what kind of influence do I have in North America? So yeah, that was like a 4-star launch. Business tracking. What do we have here? Be a part of something. We're all part of something bigger. Our families, our communities, our planet. Better efficiency means giving more to that wider community. So that would work towards spirituality, I would think. It's the material wealth, right? Being part of something. That would also lend itself towards a little bit towards collectivism, I would say. So that might be interesting. Buy shares in the corporation. Let's see what they're doing there. And so gene stims is not going to work with the new way to be. I'm going to have to find another research angle on that. How are we doing here with this? We got a bunch of interns on it. And we've got... Men of Friendships has still got like 2 turns left. This one here... So business tracking. So this one has nobody on it right now, right? So let's come over to here and pump this up as high as it will go. So it'll be completed next turn. Actually, I can probably reduce it to until it says 2 turns again, right? Okay, 2. There we go. That's the transition there. And then in the gene stims, let's put a bunch of people there so we can get new spin angles on that, so I can spin that off to the world here. And law high or lower, law mid or lower, law okay, and no law. Brain transfers. So we want to get to brain transfer, but in order to do that, we got to find a lawless place to do it. So it's going to be interesting to try to get down that tree, because that's ultimately what's going to give us the immortality that we want in order to achieve. So we've got posting tips, public user data. I guess I could high or lower law. This may turn still completion. We start looking at some of these right now. I just want to kind of get the lay out the groundwork here. I think let's do an efficiency restructure as well, because I don't like how that was growing so quickly there. Public opinion is still 0% though. Also, I should probably see if I can launch our product somewhere here, right? We already launched social media, but is there another one that would like social media here? Like this one's collectivism, groups and friendships, freedom, but they're towards xenophobia, more towards tradition. They are leaning towards convenience and towards privacy. So social media is probably not going to work in one that's really wants privacy. What about business tracking? Be a part of something. Nah, that's probably not going to work there either. How about over here? Asia. Convenience. Tradition's not going to work. Individualism's definitely, yeah, they definitely don't care about social media. They care about only themselves. Which, I wonder if the gene stems would have an individualism component. You would think they would, because it's about you, the individual, right? And changing your own genes. So maybe that would work well here. Except for tradition. They're a very traditional thing, not a novelty. So that would probably not go over well then. I wonder though if I can change their perceptions a little bit. Like, let's see if I buy a share or two. 6 million a share. Culture will be influenced in 36 turns. 25. Spend 5 cyber connections. I don't have 5 cyber connections. Okay. Let's just see how that works. Let's get a little bit of a media campaign going on over there. Let's do another turn. Oh, whoops, forgot. We received a job application for a skilled and appropriate candidate. We think they would be a good fit. Blah, blah. Sure. Do that. Some workers should not be. Oh, yeah, that's right. I just got a worker, didn't I? Where are we at here? I guess we can put another worker on there. Oh, actually, no. I already had that down to 1, right? So let's put 1 worker on business tracking. Sure. Just for the moment. You know, actually, I wonder if I can get 1 on AI. That doesn't do much, does it? It's still 20. Well, it goes down to 14 turns. Right? Or at least it has 14 turns. It doesn't have any turns before. 1 free AI worker upon completion. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let's not waste anybody in there. Let's put them in business tracking for now. There we go. Bang. And cultural shift. A number of people from Asia have recently achieved celebrity status due to their large social networks, so a rise in publicity is coming. Cool. We all know, take your time. Gene Sims' creative team thought of a new spin angle. Take your time. Okay. Meta friendship has been completed. 1 intern team has handed in their resignation. 1 project has been delayed. Business tracking is due level of efficiency. Again, business tracking got hit by it. Following task is of utmost importance and should be undertaken as soon as possible. Develop Black Ops Division. We have to compete in the shadows as well. Develop the Black Ops agenda. Well, they're kind of pushing that, huh? Your interns are wondering whether we were going to hire them full time. Hire 1 of them. Hire 5. Hire 10. We can't hire any. 5. Let's hire 5. I mean, it's going to cost me some money, but what isn't going to cost me some money here? But there we go. Business tracking, social media. So really, I just need to do some more launches and get those done. So down to 4 interns and 17 employees. So this should work out pretty well, right? We're still making money. We're still making money at the end of the day, so that's good. It's a pittance, but we're doing it. And the Black Ops Division, 5, 3, and 3, and 20 mil. Eesh. Eesh. 5, 3, and 3. Yeah. Eesh, I say again. But we have 12 turns to do that, so I can kind of hold off on it until I'm ready to go. Gain 2 of each connection type if we do it. So maybe it's worth it. You know, just have a nice little Black Op division to kind of worm our way into the military infrastructure and all that stuff. But I think you guys get a good gist of the game here. I don't want to go too much further because I could sit here and probably play this for another 3 hours if I wanted to, and I might at some point. But I think we're going to just call it there, my friends. This has been Spinnortality. Let me actually bring up the menu if I can figure out which way to go. Let's save our game, please. Side quests. There we go. Quit to menu. Cool. Yep, this has been Spinnortality, my friends. It is by James Patton. It is currently out on Kickstarter, looking for some love and attention. It's close to its goal. It's about 2,000 away from it. There's about 7 days left as I record this on Tuesday. You might want to head on over there and take a look at it. As always, I will leave links to all that stuff, to their Kickstarter, to their itch.io page where you can download the free demo, to everything I can think of, down in the description of this video so you can do your own due diligence. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time.